The grind shapes you. The glory defines you. Identity, purpose, confidence. This is.
Hi, trainees. Welcome to Grind and Glory.
I'm Kobisa Ziki,
I'm Rose Shabalala.
and welcome to our first episode where we're going to be speaking about identity and self.
Definitely, because at the end of the day, you want to find your identity through articles. But first, wait. Icebreaker. So, we're going to play a little game. Okay, so basically, Tobisa is going to tell me 3 questions, well, statements or whatever. And then I am going to guess which one is a lie. So, it's going to be 2 truths and 1 lie.
Yes. Let's see. Let's see if Rose knows me well enough for us to be doing this podcast
Together.
Yeah.
Before we go anywhere, let's see
Yeah.
how well we know each other, because what's the point? If you don't know me, I think let's just cut the cameras.
Yeah.
Let's just cut the
Yes.
cameras.
Okay, so I've been to 2 countries. I've traveled to 2 countries. I was a cheerleader in primary school, and I have 4 siblings.
The siblings is a lie.
No, the siblings is true. The
No,
siblings
but
is.
you don't have 4 siblings.
How do you know? No, wait, I don't have. No, guys, I actually have a cousin who's a sibling.
You see,
So that was
because I know you have a younger sister that was
Yes.
recently born.
Yes, and I have 2 other sisters.
Yes.
And I have a brother. So I have 4 siblings.
No.
I have a brother. I genuinely have a
I've
brother.
never heard about your brother.
I have a brother who's in high
I just
school.
know about your younger,
Yes, I have a younger sister. I have 2
the
sisters.
small baby.
Yes, and I have 2 other sisters, and I have a brother.
Okay, we
Yes,
learn every day.
yes.
But guys, I really do. I just
Yeah.
know of the new baby, the newborn baby.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so
So-
the lie is that I was a cheerleader in primary school. I'm actually so surprised that you think I was a cheerleader.
I would believe it because you started going to the gym. So
Okay, fair.
you
Yeah.
see, so
Yeah.
and you are quite sporty and active.
Oh,
so
yes.
you
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
So let me see. Okay, let me see. So I ran cross country in primary school, well, high school, and I came second. And then I also know how to cook. I'm a very good cook. And then the last one, I was a model. Well, I used to model back in the days.
Okay, you. I think you should put a twist to it. Right? So I'll say the lie is cross country, but not because I'll say the coming in second is the lie. Maybe she came in third or first.
Oh,
Was that
yes, it is
Okay.
a lie.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it is a lie.
Okay.
I did run,
Yeah.
but not that I came second. I was
Okay.
there in the 40s.
Oh, hectic. Okay. But that's still a good. I feel like for cross country, that's a good.
Yeah,
Because cross country is like wild. It's not like marathon running.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
I even started doing the Brighton Park run. So
Okay, nice.
we come in
Yeah.
JP Morgan.
Y'all
Maybe
better
I'm
be
gonna
at the JP
Maybe I'm gonna be
Morgan.
number 10.
We better
hey?
see you there.
Maybe I'm
Yes.
gonna run 5Ks in 20 seconds.
Yes,
I'm lying. Not 20 seconds, but maybe 20 minutes. Realistically speaking.
Let's say 5 under 25 Ks under 25.
Okay.
Okay, I'll see you there, and then we'll
in
see.
March. What is
Yes.
it? March, April.
March. It's in March.
So we'll
yes.
come back again.
Okay.
So anyway, back to today's topic, guys. It's a very big one because we feel like this is going to be the foundation before we even start. Because at the end of the day, you need to understand self before the grind and the glory, right? So yeah,
Yes, and it's so important why we're speaking about self because, okay, let's be serious here. You being in your articles is very serious. It's like probably one of the biggest things you've worked to up until this point in your life, and you're going to somewhere. So whether you're trying to be CA, whether you're trying to become an FA or you're doing CIMA, at any point in time, even if you're doing law and you're working through your articles, this is a very important stage in your life. And it would be such a shame for you to completely focus on this one thing and lose yourself. It's very easy to lose yourself in the corporate world because you become so attached to the work, you become attached to your mentors, your managers, or basic life, just basic life adulting.
True.
We lose our identity, we lose what we used to love, and we find ourselves at the end, okay, I have my CA or I have whatever it is I wanted to get, and now I'm like completely sad, completely lost. Now you're like you don't want to find yourself in your 40s trying to rediscover yourself, right? Better to do it here now and become the best professional ever than
True.
to lose yourself.
All rounded, by the way, because you don't want to
Yes.
be one dimensional, you know. So I just want to ask a quick question: what
Yes.
hobbies do you have?
Okay, so my hobbies, I love the gym. I've been into the gym recently. Boxing, I love boxing. So don't catch me in the streets
Oh
'cause I will
wow, are
box
you
you.
gonna punch me?
I will box you. Okay, no, I won't. Okay, I love writing. I used, okay. This is actually a great episode because I used to love writing and poetry and storytelling until I got into my corporate life. So this is actually really
You
good.
see, so it ties
Yeah.
back to the identity that
Yes.
you don't want to lose self because you're still
Yes.
trying to fit your professional
Yes.
self.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
remember, at the end of the day, with your profession, it's just a
Mm.
tool, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's the performance on all of that. But then remember, when you talk about identity, we talk
Yeah.
about your values, right?
Yes.
So we have this nice acronym, right, for identity. So the way we've discovered identity is that it starts with I. So
Yeah.
I in identity is the I am, right? So it's I am, I have it written down here. I am developing, right? Because remember, you're growing. It's character building throughout your articles because you learn from different people, seniors, second years, third years, managers, everyone. And then remember that you're evolving, right? And then you're not constantly the same. Like you're not going to be the same today. How you are today, you're not going to be this. You're not going to be that person tomorrow. So remember, you're constantly evolving. Like if I had to sit down right now and you reflect who you were 10 years ago,
Yeah.
guys, at this age, I literally thought I'm going to be living in a mansion. I'm going to be on Forbes 30.
Literally.
You
Yeah.
know, but that's the part of growth, right? You grow in different seasons. So that's the E in identity. Then remember that it's not to imitate, right? So in you discovering your identity, it's not like I want to become a replica of Tobisa. You know,
Mm.
I don't want to become Tobisa, right?
Yeah.
I can take on some of her strengths, you know, but it's not like I want to become like her at the end of the day. And then remember, the T and the Y is to yield at the end of the day. So you're basically discovering your purpose so you can become. So that's our acronym for identity and how we've
Yes.
discovered identity. So the acronym actually, so I'm going to read it out like the full thing is that I am developing, evolving not to imitate, but to yield. And that is how we have discovered identity.
Yes. Yes. All right. And before we get started into everything, I want you to keep this question at the back of your heads and also to reflect on is we are speaking about the middle, so this is actually great. So ask yourself this question: where do I come from and where am I going?
Mm.
Okay, I'm gonna
And you
put
guys,
yeah.
if we can take it back to when we had our first introduction, right? Remember we spoke about the middle, right? Momentum ignites.
Discipline.
Yes.
Yes.
No, no.
Determination.
Determination.
Oh,
Discipline leads to
okay, okay,
elevation. No, yes, that's the one.
okay.
So
Yes.
remember, no, but I think you're all right because
Yes.
momentum ignites
It
determination, and then remember that discipline will lead to
leads
your
to
elevation,
elevation. Yes.
and that's with your identity. Because what you were
Yes.
saying now with
Yes.
the middle. So
Yes. 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 Yeah.
you
Definitely.
all right.
So as long as you have the discipline and determination, you're going somewhere. So yeah.
So, quick question, right?
Mm-hmm.
If, let's say, you didn't find a job, right, after graduating, do you
Yes.
think that you would have felt some type of way, like you would have lost yourself? Do you think that you starting articles as opposed to you not starting your articles,
Mm-hmm.
right? Do you think that would have had an effect on your identity and who you are today?
I definitely think it would have because especially within the South African context and the context of us trying to build ourselves, it definitely would have because I genuinely would not have known what is my purpose, where am I supposed to be going if I had not
Mm,
gotten into my articles, right? And I think this is where it becomes really difficult for a lot of young professionals, especially where they didn't have a job for such a long time,
true.
is that during the time or during the break or the gap, you're so focused on trying to get somewhere. By the time you get somewhere, you forgot to build yourself, build your character, build anything about you because your identity was tied to the position, to the title.
Mm.
So I don't know where I would have been. That's actually a good question because I'm thinking now, what on earth would I have done? Okay, but I think during I did face a gap, so I think I probably would have just gone to the gym and tried to, yeah, I probably would have just got into the gym or some content creation, but it never would have been my true, I like my true purpose and my true goal.
You wouldn't
So
have reached your full
yes,
potential. Yeah.
yes, yeah,
But
yeah.
wait. We actually have
Oh yes, we do have great
a
news.
good an announcement at the end
Yes,
of
yeah,
this, because we are going to be starting something, and I hope you guys are
yes,
interested. But then, if you really want to find out what we're going to be announcing,
yeah. Stay
you have
tuned
to
until the
watch.
end. Yeah,
You have to watch.
yes, and don't scroll forward because we will
Yeah, don't
know. So
skip.
yeah,
Don't skip to the end. We're watching
yes,
you. We're
yes,
watching you. So you
yes,
guys have to stay tuned, because we are going to be announcing something, and I think it's going to be a good thing, because it
yeah,
is linked to identity, growth, character building, confidence,
yes,
and we are
and
also still becoming in that process. You
yes.
know?
So it's going to be good.
Yeah.
And for you, what do you think you would have done if you hadn't got into articles?
If I hadn't gotten into articles, honestly speaking, I think I would have went into the entertainment industry.
Okay, valid,
Like, I
valid.
love taking pictures,
Mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
love like landscape, all of that. And
Okay,
also another thing, I enjoy writing as well,
okay,
so I
that's
think
good.
maybe I would have went into film.
Yes,
I think I would have
yes,
went into film.
yes.
But another thing is also, because like while I was studying, I wanted to go into forensics,
Okay,
right?
yes,
So like I was just everywhere.
yeah,
So
okay.
at the end, I started falling in love with accounting, like numbers,
Mm-hmm.
balance sheets, and all of that. So I was like, you know
Okay,
what? Let me actually take this route and see who I become at the end of the day.
okay, okay,
And I think it's been the best decision, because I don't
okay.
think I would have grown as much
Mm-hmm.
if I took another route. Because
Yes.
literally, this challenges me. I mean, last week, literally, I was asked about IS2, and I'm just like,
Is that inventories?
yes,
Is that
infantry.
that's it?
I
Yeah,
was asked,
yeah.
what's the measurement? And I'm just like, guys, where are my notes?
Oh
And bear in
yeah.
mind, this is the partner asking,
Oh
right?
yes.
And I'm just like, English data bundles, finished,
Okay,
repeated.
okay.
And I'm just like, NRV, cost measured lower, you know? So
NRV.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it does for me. I think I enjoy this profession, because you're constantly reading, standards are constantly changing,
Yeah.
policies are changing, things are evolving, and you want to make it better for the upcoming generation. Because remember,
Yes.
it's not like we're operating from borders,
Yeah.
right? So you are allowed to challenge the current principles if you want.
Yes.
You
Yes.
are allowed to invent. The nice thing is that it's even integrated with technology.
Yes.
AI. How can we audit better? How can we
Yes.
account for accounting? I mean, there's fintech, guys. It's so
Yes.
it is broad. So it's
Yeah.
not like you're just going to be boxed into say trial balance, debit, credit.
Yes. It's such a, and I'm thinking this to myself, like if all these IFRS standards can change so much, like why are we not changing? Why are we not developing?
Yeah,
So this is actually, yeah, this is gonna be really good.
you
Yeah.
see, it is. So I just want to ask, right?
Yes.
So when no one is watching, like when you go home, because remember, obviously, when you're at work, you have your manager breathing over your neck. You have your colleagues watching you. Oh, it's Lisa. What is she wearing? Hey,
Yes, yes,
whatever. So
yes.
when you're by yourself,
Mm-hmm.
who are you when no one is watching?
Interesting. So, sorry. So I need to stop saying interesting so much. Like, is it?
It is
Yeah.
interesting.
But so I'll give you, in my, I'm always trying to be busy. Nah, like I don't know, and maybe it's because of the articles thing that made me feel like if I'm just sitting, what am I doing? Or I think it's just the social pressure of just being in
Mm.
your 20s. So when I'm alone, like I said, guys, and there's really not much to like to me. So when I say I literally like I get home around 10 p.m. because I gym so much, right? But when I'm
Yeah,
alone,
Tobisa started
yeah,
this new journey this
yeah,
year, and
it's
she is going to be giving us feedback at the end of the
yeah,
year,
yeah,
how that is going,
yeah.
what she's done.
hmm
Yeah.
And I think most of myself I attach to my faith as well. That's
Mm.
a really important part of me. So I think that makes up who I really am. The book, like if you want to know about me, read the Bible. You will know more about me. And I don't know. So yeah, that's actually, I don't know what to say. That's just,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, and also I think a lot of my time is spent on, if I'm on social media, I'm spending a lot of time like looking at like beauty thing, beauty products, beauty videos, just trying. I like most of my content, and I know it's gonna sound like I'm this person, this whatever person, but I genuinely, most of my content on social media is always put towards like how I can be like either improve makeup, improve hair, improve um sports, or just how to communicate, or just like funny videos. So it's really gym, work, school, and yeah, maybe hanging out with my friends here and there. But yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
yeah, hey.
I don't know if that was sufficient answer, but yeah,
It's not a taste.
yeah.
Wait,
Okay. I'm really thinking this
what
is
you
a test.
shaking?
Like, yeah,
Why are
I'm
you
like, why
shaking?
am I so nervous answering this question? Yeah.
You see, because personally, I feel like when it comes to identity, there's no right or wrong answer. You
Mm.
cannot really limit yourself or put yourself within a border to say that
Yeah.
okay, this is the standard way of approaching your identity.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you can't just say that no, but no, it's not sufficient. I
Yeah.
mean,
It's
no, it's more than, because at the end of the day, that's what you enjoy, that's who you are.
yeah.
Those are things that you do in your spare time, because
Yes.
that's something that I actually learned last year, that when you self-regulate, right,
Mm.
it really does lead to better decisions.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
when you make better decisions, it forms part of your identity and your character. Because
Yeah.
remember the type of spaces that we expose ourselves to, the people that we engage with, and stuff like
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
It does tie back to identity. Because I
Mm.
mean, if I'm going to sit around people who are constantly negative, what are the chances of you imitating? And
Exactly.
remember what we said with how we are defining identity. It's
Yes.
not to imitate, right?
Yes. Yes.
So chances of you picking up off that energy are high, because then now
Yeah.
you approaching life with that mindset.
Yes.
So power of the
Yes.
mind.
Yes.
Power of the
Yes, and on
mind.
that point, while we're speaking about the mind, we're going to speak about the thoughts that you create, the thoughts that you inhabit in your mind literally makes up who you are, right?
Mm,
So I think I wrote an article about this before last year about whatever you think makes up who you are.
mm,
So let's say now, okay, trainee girl, trainee guy, you're going into your workplace,
mm,
but you're so focused on fear, or you're
mm,
so focused on um being like you're angry from your past, or you're so focused on like title and position or all these things. What type of thoughts are you inhabiting? So are your thoughts more pessimistic, or are they more optimistic?
mm,
Because I think that really makes up how you interact with people, how you interact with the workplace as well, and how you just interact with yourself as well. Because if you're always pessimistic, everything is going to be so negative about you,
mm.
and trust me, your work is going to reflect in that.
True.
Because you're never going to, you're whenever they tell you, okay, you are not do operating expenses example. Okay, if you're in auditing, I hope you understand, I hope you get very, yeah. But you're just gonna think, oh my gosh, this is so long, I don't understand, I'm so dumb. Like, we're always going to feel at some point in your life, whether you're beginning, whether you're a manager, whether you're a partner, at some point you're not gonna know something. And if the way your mind is rooted to think, okay, this is, I'm actually so bad at this, I
Mm,
don't deserve to be here, like I just did my 50% in mathematics or whatever,
yeah.
you're always going to think, no, I don't deserve to be here. And it's going to show in the way that you do your work. Versus when you're like, okay, I don't know, but this is an opportunity to learn. I don't know, but I know for a fact that after I do this, I'm going to be one of the best people in my
True.
team to ever do operating expenses.
Mm,
Then I trust you, it's going to show up like that. Yeah. What are other ways that we think about ourselves that you think add to our identity?
mm. For me, I think the biggest thing is what you consume, right?
Yeah.
It's the same with food, right?
Yes. Yes.
Depends whatever you eat, right?
It
Has a
shows.
reflect, it shows on your skin. Like with
Yes.
me, if I eat a lot of sweets currently,
Mm.
I know my face is just gonna break out,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So it's the same with the mind. For me, it's the powerhouse. So
Yeah.
whatever you put into your mind, whatever you allow your mind to indulge in,
Yeah.
it does reflect on your actions. Because
Yes.
whatever I read, the news, all of that, whatever content that you engage in does have an influence on how you perceive life. So I feel like
Yes.
that has an influence on your identity, because sometimes I can take someone and be like, oh wow, I love the way they dress, I love the way they are,
Yeah.
you kind of start to imitate them,
Yes.
the way they dress, the way they speak. Or example, if I spend so much time with you,
Mm.
right, I am gonna start speaking like you. Like I'm gonna pick up
Yes.
habits. I remember when I was studying, right? It was a Sutu area. So
Mm.
obviously, also me, I started saying batong,
Oh yeah.
ausi, akiri,
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
you start to pick up on those characters, and then they form part of your identity. So
Yes.
for me, the biggest thing is, what do you consume? what do you allow into your mind? And I think that's why it's so important to self-regulate, because
Yeah.
it's like a default setting. It brings you
Yes.
back to self, because you are
Yeah.
able to reflect and say, okay, this week this is what I went through, this is what I did. Is this who you are, or is it because of the people that you're around?
Yeah. Yeah,
You know?
definitely. I think this is very important, especially guys, like if you don't know who you are going into work in, you're going that corporate world is going to drown you,
It is.
because you're going to listen to what manager A, manager B is saying, and I think it's always good to have a role model or mentor in the workplace, someone you can look up to and be like, okay, not that I want to be this person, but I enjoy the qualities that they have.
Mm,
And if they say something negative to you, or if you find yourself in a place where you just, oh, like you're always consuming what people are telling you about you, you're going to end
yes.
up becoming like manager A, and you're never going to actually tap into your true potential.
Mm.
And I think that's important.
And
Yeah.
remember, it goes back to our acronym of identity. Remember, we said it's not to imitate, right?
Yes.
So you're not imitating anyone, but you're using them as a guideline, because at the end of the day, you are building your foundation. So if your foundation is not strong enough, how are you going to go through the storms?
Yeah.
You are going
Yeah.
to shake.
You're
You're
going
going to
to.
shake. So
Yeah.
the biggest thing when you lay your foundation of your identity, especially in the corporate space, it's so important to be firm on that, especially during your articles.
Yeah.
Articles are character building. You know, you
Yeah.
go through all types of emotions. So it
Yes.
is so important to lay that foundation,
Yes. Yes.
you know?
All
So,
right.
guys,
What?
like, just remember that at the end of the day, we're just inviting everyone, right? So that you can just separate yourself, separate your identity actually from your roles, titles, or like just remove all those titles, remove those accomplishments that you have from your identity, and then just come back to self. So, yeah, I think like at this point, we're just inviting everyone, just to separate yourself from your roles, So we want you to separate your identity from your roles, your titles, who you are, you're a mom, you're a dad, you're a cousin, you're a sibling or whatever, and come back to self, right? Because that's what we're trying to do right now, where you discover self. And the only way that you can do that is if you're constantly like self-regulating. You need to self-regulate. So we challenge everyone to just sit down with yourself, think and see that, okay, which parts of me do I want to reinvent or rebrand or can reconnect with this year, Because at the end of the day, that's how you evolve, that's how you grow, that's how you become better, right? So at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. And we just hope that you guys can just sit down, reflect, and see that, okay, how can you go back to your hobbies? Because remember, your identity is not your performance. Those are tools, guys. Like your title, your character, and all of that, those are tools. So we want you to come back to your values, come back to your hobbies, because that's what makes your character. So what things are you going to be pouring into self this year?
Yes. Yeah, and for example, the if you're still wondering like why is this still so important, it's because imagine tomorrow you wake up and they say no, Saika has this. Okay, Saika will never just mental, just in case Saika was to come for me. But they say like, okay, no more articles, no more books, no more all of that, and that, like you you need to be able to say, okay, from here where am I going, because all of this all of this that I'm doing is so important, but none of it actually matters if I really lose myself in it, because then that means I've completely idolized my journey. And the biggest way to fail at something is that you literally idolize it, because
Mm,
you're gonna look at it as an egg, or you're never going to stand out, you're not going to have influence. Because
mm,
if you think about it, think about the people who are like the best performers in your workplace. They have influence, and the reason they have influence is because they know themselves. They've known how to
mm,
communicate, they've known how to stand up for themselves, they've known what they like, what they don't like, and they're
mm.
able to back up the work that they put in,
That's
right?
true.
So you don't want to be like a sheep in the workplace. Essentially, you want to be able to,
Following
yes, yeah,
blindly.
you want to be able to say like, okay, damn, like you walk in that office on Monday and you're like, listen, I am Mantla, whoever, yeah, if there's a Mantla, I don't know, I'm Mantla and I'm working into this office, and listen, I play paddle, I read these books, these are my hobbies, this is the way I think. And there's so much more confidence, because like the confidence is unmatched, and confidence
Mm,
is very attractive in the workplace. And by attractive I means it's very it gives you a lot of competence in the
True.
workplace. Yeah.
True. And I think that's why we're going to be introducing this new series that we're going to start, right? And it's going to build people's confidence, the way you articulate yourself, how you speak, how you reason, what knowledge you consume. Because at the end of the day, there's more depth to you. You know, you're not just the standards and so forth. Remember, it's your habits, what you enjoy. If you enjoy music, if you enjoy beauty, all of those things make up your character. And I think the biggest thing with this new series that we're going to introduce, we basically want to see how many people are going to be interested, because we think it's actually going to contribute within the workplace. And you can take the skills that we will be teaching you guys and apply it to your day-to-day client engagements and so on. So you guys stayed till the end. You guys stayed till the end, and we're going to be introducing this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful new chapter, new journey, you know.
Yes. So
New journey.
yes. So we're going to be starting a month to month debate challenge for all the trainees. So first of all, why are we doing this and how is this going to help you, right? So I'm gonna give you a scenario. Have you ever found yourself looking at your working papers and you thought to yourself, this isn't right, but I don't know how to confront the situation, or I don't know how to back my knowledge up, or I don't know how to communicate this effectively, either to the client or even to your teammates,
Okay.
right? So this is why this is important, right? So in this, in building your debating skill, public speaking skill, you're going to learn how to reason, you're going to learn how to have confidence, and also you're going to have a lot more knowledge because you need to read those standards in order to participate in these debating challenges,
Yes.
right?
Logical thinking.
Yes. We're not going to be
Logical
debating
thinking.
pineapple on pizza.
No,
It's
real debate.
it's everything about the industry, and maybe we'll also broaden the topics as well to include other, like maybe other points of the industry like SEMA and all that. You guys know what I'm saying. So yes, so that's what I'm gonna be bringing in. I'm super excited because I still debate. Yeah, super excited.
Take her on. You heard she does boxing and debating. Guys, you don't want to get on her wrong side.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And I'm such a that time I'm not even aggressive. Like I'm such a So this is we're super excited for this. So what we're gonna do is that we're going to link a Google form on LinkedIn and on YouTube right now and on TikTok, right? So just write your name
Check the
on it,
description.
and then also just
Read.
please write like what year you're in, or even if you're not a trainee, when a manager, put your name there. It's fine. We want to see you there.
It's open to everyone, honestly speaking.
And then so we can just get the grasp the numbers so that we can start planning accordingly. This is going to be so good, guys. Like I can speak about debate all day, but I won't. But the level of confidence you have being able to back something up, and the level of confidence you have in speaking well, um, it's unmatched. So I really think this is going to be really good.
It's going to be exciting because you're also networking as well. Because remember, it's going to be different people as well. So you're going to be put into teams, and then you'll have the other team is saying, yes, I agree with this. The other team is like, no, we don't agree with this, you know? So it's going to be running till December. And then December, obviously, we'll have prizes for maybe, there's like a criteria, obviously, like with your critical thinking, logic, how you articulate yourself, how you present your point also. Because remember, we're debating, it's not just a thing of, Lobisa, you are wrong. You know,
like why am I wrong?
There's a lot.
You
Like
know?
the way you lay out your argument is really very important, because if you're speaking about a particular topic, body language also comes into play. I can't be talking about a sad topic or very deep topic, some monetary value, the rand is going down, but I have a smile on my face and I'm like, yeah, the rand is going, so body language, your tone and all of that. So those are the things that will come into the debate. And obviously the first time we're going to have like a full explanation of how this is going to work out, and then we're going to have a panel of judges who will be CASAs. So it is going to be a very nice experience to network, to learn, to grow. So we're going to have the panel like CSA, CMAs, ACCA, it's going to be a very broad panel who will basically assess each group, and it will run from a month to month. So you guys must stay tuned. Put in your names. Please do put in your names. Please put in your names. And it's going to be beautiful. And we can't wait to grow together, learn together, because we have so much more in store. And this is just the beginning.
Yes, it really is. So super excited for that. And just to close off again with the golden question, just so that you guys can reflect on your goals and everything, truly ask yourself, where do you come from, and where are you going? Right. So yeah, and we hope to see you guys at the next event when
When
we
we
host
host it.
when
Yes.
we
Don't
host it.
forget
Yeah.
to like,
And
subscribe, and
and share.
share.